Hey everybody, Tim here for the next Marvel MCU movie. What are we, Phase 3, Movie 5 at this point? Thor Ragnarok, which I'm not gonna lie, it bothers me that in the movie there's not a colon. So it's almost like a name, like Thor Ragnarok or something. So, I don't know, that just was weird. Came out 2017, absolutely loved it. Probably in my top 3. I think so. I want to say it probably is. So, I mean, at this point, I would say my top 3 are like in no particular order: Civil War, Guardians, and Thor Ragnarok. Something that's interesting to note that this is the third Thor movie, and all 3 Thor movies have had a different director. The only series in the MCU to have had a different director every single time. Because, like, Iron Man, it was the same for the first 2. Captain America was the same for 2 and 3. And now Thor's different. And then the Avengers was the same for the first 2, but then changed. So, whatever. So, kind of interesting. I don't know if it's brag worthy or not, but I loved it. The whole thing. Lot of actors, a lot of people. Surtur is in this, voiced by the amazing Clancy Brown. Most people probably think of Highlander first. I actually think of Lex Luthor. He's the voice in like the animated series. We get Scourge, played by Carl Urban. And then we also get Cate Blanchett, both from Lord of the Rings, so that's kind of fun. A lot of weird stuff with like Sif and the Warriors 3. Like, Sif's not in this. And I know there was a lot of background talk of why the actress couldn't be in it, but it was odd to me, especially because she had shown up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I don't know, it just was so weird to me. And then the fact that the Warriors 3 are killed, it's like, so we'll probably never see her again. And they don't even reference her. Like, not even a throwaway line. Like, oh, she's like off-world somewhere. So that was just odd. The actors thing was so fantastic. It was so well done. Especially like Matt Damon, once again playing Loki, because I think he played Loki in Dogma. And so that was great. Sam Neill was fantastic, who had previously been directed by Taika Waititi before. So that was great. So it was just so off the wall that it was just, I loved it. When probably one of my favorite scenes is the Doctor Strange scene, only because like we get the exact clip, which kind of bothers me. I like the in credit scenes to be something different. But it is what it is. But to see just Doctor Strange show up, and I was like, oh, that's fantastic. Because like when this came out, I had a good friend who like didn't want to watch all the Marvel movies, and that's fine. I mean, I'm not gatekeeping. I was like, you do you. And he was so against Doctor Strange. Like, he was like, I'm not going to watch Doctor Strange. It just looks stupid. And I was like, I mean, you're wrong, but yeah, that's if you don't want to. But he loved Thor, and he was so excited. And I was like, so are you still against Doctor Strange being, like, you're not going to watch it? And he's like, no, fuck Doctor Strange. And I was like, are you going to watch Thor Ragnarok? And he's like, I'm so fucking excited. I can't wait. And I was like, have you seen the newest trailer? Because Doctor Strange is in it. And he, like, flipped a desk. He was so mad. And he was like, do I have to watch Doctor Strange to get it? And I was like, I don't know. The movie's not out yet. But I was like, I don't know. And so it is kind of interesting the way they tie things together. And so I loved how they talk about like witches and wizards being in the Marvel Universe, which is a big, like, I mean, it's a reference to Doctor Strange, but it is a reference to like Wanda and stuff like that. So I thought that was great. Cate Blanchett as Hela is dark and disturbing. Like, I love her. She's so amazing. Like, and especially like, I don't mean to do that, but like every time she does that and the horns come out, it's fantastic. It's great. Technically it's the second appearance of the Grand Master, but it's his first big appearance because he had a cameo in Guardians Volume 2. But still, I love Jeff Goldblum. He's fantastic. He's so weird and he's so awkward. Like, I've loved him ever since like back in the day, like The Fly, Earth Girls Are Easy, everything. Like, I'm a huge fan of his. But I mean, even more recently, like since this, he has his own Disney Plus show, The World According to Jeff Goldblum. He was in Glee for a little bit. He's such a terrific actor. Now, supposedly, like in the comics, whatever, I don't know, but the Grand Master is actually brothers with the Collector, who's played by Benicio del Toro in the Guardians movies. I would give anything to have like even of just a Marvel one shot for like 6 minutes of just the Grandmaster and the Collector together. That's all I want for my entire life. I just need to see these two characters together. Korg is, of course, the best character ever, voiced by the director, Taika Waititi. So that's great. People have commented in the first Thor movie for a split second, and even then, when you pause it, it's fuzzy. You can see the gauntlet, like Thanos is his gauntlet. And in this movie, they reference that where Hela's like fake, and she shoves it over. So, I mean, the fact that people realize that is amazing. But the fact that they actually bring it up and talk about it is impressive that Marvel went that far. We learned all about the Valkyries, which is amazing. Thor's haircut, which I don't know, I felt like it was really unnecessary, but it was just to kind of make like Chris Hemsworth, like just give him a short haircut or something. Hulk comes back, which a lot of people have kind of commented how like Civil War was Team Iron Man or Team Captain America. And this is now Team Thor, where you got Thor, the Hulk, and Valkyrie, where we get a lot of the Ultron references with the Quinjet and Black Widow doing her like the sun's getting low thing. I don't know how many animators it took to make Hulk's ass, but you made a lot of people happy and a lot of people scared at the same time. So it's kind of interesting. This movie is once again another example of Marvel editing their trailers. Because in the trailer, Thor has both of his eyes in the climax, but of course he loses one of them. And so Marvel's like, fuck it, let's just change the trailer and people will be surprised. And they did a good job. The whole movie I thought was just really well done. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was funny and exciting. And I'm super excited that Taika Waititi is coming back to direct Thor 4. But I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. So I'm curious what other people think about this movie and like all the different characters, like seeing Valkyrie and all of the flashbacks and stuff like that. The big twist at the end where you just see like Thanos' ship come up about. So, and if anything, I was more disappointed that Anthony Hopkins his character was killed off. I mean, I think it's funny that like we got Mads showing up in Doctor Strange, who also played Hannibal, and it's like Anthony Hopkins was like, fuck this, and then he just left. So loved it. I thought it was great. I'd love to talk about it for anybody else who's seen it and what you're like expecting for Thor 4. So go ahead, let me know. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'll see you guys next time for Black Panther.